Hello everybody and welcome to this Let's Talk of Call of Duty here. As you were seeing, we're showing some footage of the new Call of Duty Advanced Warfare by Sledgehammers, who helped do Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 when all that Infinity War should happen. Here I'll give you a description, let you know what's happening on these maps. The first one here is going to be on Detroit, the next one will be on Green Band, the third one again will be on Detroit, and the last one will be on Horizon. Those are the maps, what they're called. And here in the first two, what I am using is, the main gun is the MORS sniper, a variable scope, and a stock, which is added from the wild card overkill. I have the AK-12 Wrecker, what is considered, I got out of one of those supply drops that this game has, which is pretty cool. Allows me a secondary main gun. And on my other wild card, I have Perk 2 Greed, which allows me to have 2 perks on the second one. And as for my perks, on all 4 of them, these videos, I have Low Profile, Blind Eye, and Cold Blooded. And on the third one, I have Blast Suppressor. For what that is as you can see, we're jumping around here. Blast Suppressor allows people not to be able to see you on the mini-map when you're doing such jumps and moves. On the EXO, I have no EXO actually on the first two here with the MRS gun or grenades. I have 3 score streaks. The first one I have a UAV, which I have Threat, which allows me to see enemies through the wall. Enemy Direction, which is simple, and it also has what is it? Support. Yeah, that's right. It's support. As well as the other 2 that I have, which is Orbital Care Package, which I have Double Tap, which allows me to try again if I didn't like what the first thing came out about it, and better odds. And the other one is Sentry Turret, or it's a remote turret, but I have Sentry on it, which allows it to be a Sentry Turret, otherwise you're going to have to control it yourself. And as well as 360 Turret Head, which allows it to spin in all directions. Now, on my other 2 videos of what I have the Atlas 20mm with, it's considered Interrupt, which is another support thing I got, which is a sniper as well. I have +1 accuracy, but -1 mobility on it being what it is. I have no attachments for it or my secondary, which is a TAC-19, which is a shotgun, which was of course added via the same wild card, which, overkill. I have the same stuff, as perks and everything on this class, except for my turret. Instead of having a 360 degree on it, I have what is known as direct energy, which is pretty much like the laser that you see. This game added a laser gun. Instead of it shooting out bullets, it shoots out laser. Now, as for the game itself, it's a pretty good game. I like it. From these 4 videos you're going to see here, I have playing just with a sniper, and I win all 4 games. Spoiler, but whatever. But Advanced Warfare is a good game. A lot of people complain about Call of Duties here and there, and well, since they rotated up a new direct team, or whatever you want to, what the actual term is, it's not the publisher, it's the other one, being Sledgehammer. They produce the game, they make the game, they create it, and now that they have them added, they have all 3 of these developers. That's the word. Okay, can't think of it for some reason. Sorry. They have all 3 developers working now 3 years instead of 2 years, since they only had 2 developers. So each developer has a 3-year cycle now to make a new Call of Duty game instead of 2 years, which adds extra, what they can do to it. Added graphics if they wanted to, which these graphics aren't that good, but they're not the worst graphics. All in all, if you want to ask me, was this a better one than last year's Call of Duty Ghost? Yes, it is. I have barely touched the single player, so I cannot give my opinion on that. I've only played like a bit of the first mission on Veteran, which is interesting because unlike some of the original Call of Duty games, I'm thinking maybe, but some games, like you have to play it on a certain difficulty to unlock other difficulties, which is stupid. You want to play it, you know, probably the highest one off the bat so you can get everything out the way as best as you can. But which is kind of hard though with this game as it has intel, so you know you want to wait a bit and play single player like I have to see people do guides to tell you where the intel is. So as I am playing the single player, I can also grab the intel as I am beating it on the hardest difficulty, which is cool. Now, they, as other Call of Duty games, of course, has its own kind of co-op thing going on, and what is this called? The EXO co-op. It's pretty much like Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops version, which was it just horde mode with regular just enemies coming at you, shooting you. The more levels you went, the harder they became. But you can also, you know, switch weapons here and there. Whereas with this one is you have three choices of EXO class. You have your regular, you have your heavy, and you have your special. And you can only get certain weapons with each one. So instead of having like one certain type you like, and you can like get any kind of weapon you want, you have to watch what you do. You gotta pick a certain class, because if you have the regular, you can move around a bit more. You can have like the assault rifle or the SMG. If you have the heavy, you go with like the snipers or the big guns like the LMGs and the laser gun and stuff like that. Whereas the special, you have like a shotgun and pistol. Well, you can have pistol with anyone, but you mainly have like the shotgun choices. And I can't remember the other types, but we'll move along. And with it, I mean, you unfortunately don't have all the levels to choose from to try first. You have like 4 with each type of class, I guess you would say. It's like you can only like play a certain amount before you can get to the next one. But it's okay, I like it. And supposedly, with updates coming on point, they don't say when, but they're in this game, but they're gonna add zombies, which is interesting. I want to see how that's done, especially, you know, you could only keep it originally developer type, as it being Treyarch's original was the only ones that could do zombies. So that's why you had Spec Ops and that whole everything retardedness with Ghost for Infinity Ward, because only Treyarch could do them. But maybe they're trying to make it open up so other developers could try the zombies, because, you know, it's the only type of co-op people really like. I mean, Black Ops and Black Ops 2 had awesome zombies, and it started off just with World of War, which was originally where zombies came from, which is kind of what sold that game, really. I mean, it wasn't even seen as being part of the game originally. It was supposed to be, what was it? Like, just a last minute thing they did. And what really revolutionized that game, I think. I mean, the multiplayer was okay, and the story was iffy, but they were the last developers really to do a good World War II game, I guess you'd say. Even though it's hard to say anything about people who create games based off world wars and wars in themselves, because especially if people who lived through them, you know, don't really mind them, don't like them at all. Games, movies, whatever. My mom had you know, gone through it kind of because her father was in World War II when it was happening. But that's something else here entirely. I'm rambling, moving along. But yeah, I suppose these zombies are gonna make an appearance in this game. We'll see how that goes. And if you apparently originally it was hard to think what was gonna happen with the zombies. Like, first thought it's like you'd get them if you had the season pass, but it's possibly if you have the season pass you won't just get zombies as everybody else will who doesn't even have it, but you'll get an extra map. It's what it is. And we'll see how it goes. I'll probably put out another video talking about it. But who knows, we'll see. Now, as far as just Call of Duty in general, how this goes, it goes up there pretty good. Advanced Warfare is a good game, and multiplayer-wise, at least, as I would say, since that's all I played, I can't, like I said, make a comment on the single player. I can make a bit of a comment on the co-op. Certainly better than Ghost. This game's certainly better than Ghost. It's hard to rank it up with, you know, Black Ops or Black Ops 2, but they were pretty good. They were good games in their own right, and this is a good game in its own right as well. I would say, you know, is it worth a buy? Possibly, if you're a Call of Duty kind of person. If not, just give it a ring. You know, see how you like it. Because it's a fun game. It's a interesting game. I mean, I barely am good at winning any free falls, and here on these 4 games, if this can continue, I might just set it down to 2 and do another Let's Talk with the other 2 videos, because it would equal 30 minutes, and that's a long video. Doing a half an hour just talking, I can barely talk right now. Yeah. But we'll see. As for as some stuff goes with it, what I do have complaints about, and one again with Call of Duty, which they need to fucking work on, is the spawns. Now, this has less issues with the spawns as I have found. It actually has gotten worked on. I have a bit of an issue. I ain't saying it's the worst of the spawns. There have been other Call of Duties where spawns were a lot worse. Unfortunately, Black Ops and Black Ops 2 do fall into that category where they've had really horrible spawns. All the Modern Warfares, even Ghost probably. But yeah, this one has the best spawn system of the Call of Duties, I have to say, but still there needs to be a bit of a fix. There are a few times here where I know other people certainly have died instantly out the spawn. And I'm sure they fucking have... I wouldn't say much about other type of games, like... I mean, there are new games mode in here, which is pretty cool. There's Momentum, which is supposedly originating with on World at War. I don't remember much, but what it is like there's 5 flags total. One starts in the middle where like each team tries to grab it, in which once a team takes it, it gets pushed back to another flag, and then if you take that flag as well, you get pushed back to the last flag. But if the other team takes it, it just reverts back to the original one before it. It's interesting. It adds momentum, as it would say, as trying to get stuff going. If you want to try to get it done fast, most people just try to prolong it and kind of camp, you know, at certain spawns and certain maps. Which, unfortunately, from what I've heard here and there are, unfortunately, with some game like Momentum, where people spawn camp. Because they push you to a certain point and they know where the spawn's gonna be and they just fuck with you. So, you know, that's an unfortunate one part of the spawns. Free-for-all, though, is pretty good. I've had issues with free-for-all before in other games of Call of Duty, where the spawns fuck you over. This one's good, but there's probably a few things they need to fix with certain spawns in like the more team-based games. And another issue which I think they're working on, which it's hard to say which is the true issue, if it's just network not wanting to communicate well with one another, or it's the servers, or it's Microsoft servers, or whatever it is. But there is unfortunately some lag here and there. There's been bad lag originally. It's been getting better since this release of this game. But yeah, there were issues with some lag. But it seems they're working on it and they're getting it better. Now, as far as DLC, I did get the game originally, not the game, the game bundle type where it adds DLC, the season pass. Sorry, not DLC, but yeah, it adds the season pass. So I will be getting all DLCs and I can try and give my voice out about how they are as they come along. Now, unfortunately, there is no truth to know of when the DLC is or what it's going to be until it does happen. As of right now, that is. We'll see it as what it is, and hopefully they do better than some other Call of Duties, because it is kind of pricey, unfortunately. DLC is like $50 pretty much, you know, it's like you pay $60 for the game, then you have to pay another $50 for the season pass, or you pay more if you just buy the single DLC, supposedly. I want to see more bang for my buck, pretty much, you know. In past, it's just been mainly guns. I mean, even with Black Ops 2, it was, guns with maps. They've added maps, which is okay, you know, they had like 4 maps per multiplayer and 1 map per the co-op. Now, what I want to see is not just maps, but, you know, possibly other things. Perks, guns, score streaks, attachments, something, you know, camos, whatever. Unfortunately, Black Ops 2 did unfortunately fall in the category of having a bunch of shit that just you had to pay for it to get, you know, where there was camos that were so separate or other stuff here and there, which should have been added into the DLC. It was retarded. That was the unfortunate downfall of, no, I wouldn't say the downfall of Black Ops 2, but that was one of the unfortunate bad aspects of damn it, I said Fallout 2, didn't I? No. Of Black Ops 2. Was that they just had a poor DLC amount of stuff. I mean, zombies was okay, the maps were okay, and they only had like one gun, which was it, which was like, you know, an SMG slash fucking assault rifle, by the change of your scope. You know, if you change your scope up, it turns from like having iron sights for an SMG, or you get the actual scope itself, which was just like a little dot, it turned into an assault rifle, which I found stupid. You know, they had just a gun, and I can't really talk much about Ghost. I'm not sure if I even had the season pass, but I did. I don't know. I didn't actually. I didn't have the season pass. I think I bought like one thing of DLC, and that was it. That whole game was just stupid and retarded. And I just hope they do right by the DLC. You know, add more engine, just maps, and maybe a gun like Black Ops 2 did. Do more with it. You know, add what is deserved to be added for the price that it asked for. Now, unfortunately, I did say, like I said, there was 4 videos here, but I'm gonna cut it down to these 2 because there ain't much there to talk about. I mean, this is a good game. I'd say go pick it up. Rent it at least if you don't feel too much about it. If you think you should get it, rent it. Now, who knows what the next Call of Duty is, because it's most likely by the whole thing, since last year's was Ghost by Infinity Ward, this one's Sledgehammers. Next one would probably be Treyarch, with who knows what it's going to be. Probably have to wait till at least E3 to see anything good. So maybe something early on, or like there should be like a conference of some sort in March, which we might get like a teaser for it. We'll see. But that's my time for now. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble and ramble and ramble on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you freaks later. Freak out.